Hello trainers, Kaneto here, and today we're diving together into Open Great League with another Shadow Zapdos team. This time we're gonna pair it up with Medicham and Shadow Drapion, and I believe that Drapion is perhaps the best switch for the current meta, able to get in there pretty neutral against most threats, and most likely you are not gonna get hard countered at all. Also, Shadow Drapion is gonna be able to provoke that Lanturn, that Bastiodon, or even the Galarian Stunfisk out of the way so that Shadow Zapdos can definitely sweep the entire team. Here I decide to go for the farm down against Pelipper and a complete waste of energy against this Noctowl, because I was not expecting the Noctowl overall, but it happened. So yeah, I went for the drill peck, that was not worth at all. Anyways, able to get to the first crunch and to one more, I believe, before they reach to their move, getting a little bit greedy here by my opponent, able to finish them off, and of course Crafty now at the back, which was the lead Pokemon, will be able to do nothing up against my Pokemon here, because Medicham definitely stands on the upper ground. Trying to press here the Psychic, that was not needed at all. I know, but still you're gonna see that this team is so strong that most of the times the opponent will not withstand the damage and the pressure. I will stick to that team for a while, so let's see what the next battle has to offer here, because we're facing a Talonflame upon the lead, and our backline can work pretty nicely up against that Pokemon, able to reach to those Aqua Tails. And the reason I'm using Aqua Tail over Sludge Bomb is mainly because you can always bait for that Sludge Bomb, but for the Aqua Tail, well, this is a game changer for the Drapion. We're gonna go down eventually to the Talonflame, but we took two shields out of them, and you already know that Shadow Zapdos is coming up. They have a Lanturn at the back, but with that shield disadvantage that they have, I believe that the Thunderbolt is gonna do a lot of work. So I'm just gonna keep going with my Zapdos till I have the correct amount of energy, then swap out to my Medicham, and I'm pretty comfortable at sweeping them with my Zapdos overall. So let's see how they want to respond to my Medicham here, because this has to be a surf, right? Yes, it is. We can definitely survive this one, farm down in the process. So let's see what they have at the back. It is gonna be the Azumarill trainers, and you already know that the double boom is coming up. Let's get to the first one, the drill peck. Down goes the Talonflame, and we have one more with the Thunderbolt against that Azu. Will they survive though? No, they are not. Oh, they did, but we still have the drill peck for the third time in a back-to-back rampage of attacks with Shadow Zapdos to finish off this battle. That was crazy, and I totally forgot the outcome of this battle, because as I saw that Azu getting to the CMP and surviving the move, well, I was like, okay, we lost, but we didn't. So Shadow Zapdos definitely a game changer for my team on that battle. Into the next one now with the Medicham on the mirror. So what you want to do here is to obviously stay in, but what I did in a later battle, I believe, is that I will try to catch the Psychic on the Drapion, and it did not work. So do not do that, just stay in and see how you can work from that point to the end. So right now we're gonna bring our Drapion to the battle, because I have a feeling that there is gonna be a Steel type at the back. They were trying to protect it, but to be honest, they have a Charmer as well, so it will not be the best strategy of them all. But it's all up to the Drapion right now, able to spam those Aqua Tails pretty effectively. Look at how much damage we can do, and I want to keep it into the battle a little bit longer. They got a muddy water version of a Stunfisk. Are you kidding me? So let's reach now to the next Aqua Tail, which they will take, and now the Rock Slide to finish off the remaining HP out of my Medicham. Things are not looking that well. We have to get in there with my Drapion, reach the double Aqua Tail, one for the Stunfisk, and perhaps we can threat a shield if they have lost the energy count from my Pokemon. Perhaps they're expecting a Sludge Bomb, but I doubt they do. They end up shielding, which is crazy, and now I have to reach to the Thunderbolt, and at the last second I changed my mind, because I saw they have no shields at all. I remember this one, and yeah, gonna finish them off with a drill peck that was more than enough to do the work. Primarina, a pretty nice option, but still super classy for the meta. Into the next one now with the Hypno on the switch. You know what's coming up. The crunches are gonna do a lot of work against that Pokemon, and yeah, after the debuff especially the first one. They cannot withstand the damage from the second, so they return to the battle not with their leader, but instead with that Medicham, and I want to go ahead and pressure a lot here. So they end up using the power punch, and I'm like, you know what, that's pretty cool, you threw your energy, so now I can go in definitely with my Medicham while I have the 2 shields against none, and my Shadow Zapdos might be on a very good spot for the end game. Gonna take a little bit of more damage and energy out of that Medicham to my own, and now Shadow Zapdos is gonna go to town, one Thunderbolt ready to be unleashed against the Azu. You love to see it, out of the way it goes, and now the drill pack for the Medi, but before the final boom they leave this battle. Shadow Zapdos, the ultimate closer, if you can bait correctly, out of the way the counter that they might have at the back. So one situation that is gonna be like what I just said is gonna be this one. We're gonna use that Drapion pretty effectively, coming in pretty clutch against that Pelipper, getting hit by a Weather Ball, getting that Pelipper energy dry, and now drawing out of that backline the Stunfisk on its Unova form, and we're gonna be in a very good spot overall with our Shadow Zapdos, as it seems, if they have no other counter for a flyer at back, especially Basildon or whatever, I don't know, perhaps they have double electric with that Lanturn, but they end up having an ABA team style with Noctowl at the back, and my Zapdos is gonna be the ultimate closer for this battle, gonna block anything they have to throw here because there is no reason at all to risk, and just gonna press now the Thunderbolt on the CMP, counting correctly the moves. We know that they need 6 of those wing attacks to reach to their sky attack, and taking advantage of that, we can definitely use the shield on the Weather Ball from that Pelipper, and the drill pack at this point will be more than enough for the Pelipper to fall down and grab for us a very nice victory with Shadow Zapdos as our primary closer. Medicham against Medicham, and this is the matchup I believe that I was talking about. Let's see how I want to play this one. Yeah, I'm trying to catch. That was not gonna work. Yeah, do not do that, okay? Don't do that. We do not like this one. So, power punch. I decided to stay in, so that gives me a little bit of a thought of what might be at the back. Perhaps they have double ghost with Sableye and Trevenant. That can be a line that can work actually for Medi up on the lead. So at this point I'm just gonna take the next move. I know they're down on 1 shield, so we can definitely take their final shield out with a potential drill pack. Let's see if they want to shield this one or not, if they want to take it. Oh my goodness, they shielded twice, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shield the next one. This is getting pretty tricky, and I might need my Shadow Zapdos for the end game. So let's get now into the battle with my own Medicham, trying to get a little bit too cocky up against them with that energy management that I'm doing. So down they go to the Ice Punch, and now at the back they have the Charizard. Let's get immediately to the Nuke, the Psychic. They cannot withstand the damage, look at that, but they can survive with minimal amount of HP. At this point Shadow Zapdos can go in. At the back there is gonna be a Trevenant, and I was a little bit too late to throw this drill pack, and down we go at the same time, and I will take that draw, but of course we could have won if I was a little bit faster against that Trevenant, but anyways. That's a solid win, and Shadow Zapdos definitely did a whole amount of work against their team. In total, I mean it, against Medicham, against Trevenant, and against Charizard. That was insane. So here now into the next one, we're facing on the switch the Lanturn, and you know what, that's a bummer that they got the move, but I wanted to throw a little bit of energy against that Pokemon, and they absolutely go ahead and finish me off with that Surf, which is absolutely fine. I can still keep my Zapdos for the end game. Down they go, they come in with the Talonflame, and you know what, I'm just gonna go with those Aqua Tails, because now we can spam those to the victory, and of course Talonflame here is not gonna have Incinerate. Those are pretty early battles in the season, so it makes a lot of sense. Some people are still confused, some people are mixing up things or testing out some new things, and yeah, it's pretty early, just keep that in mind. So Thunderbolt here, able to connect, I believe, to finish them off. Yeah, of course, they have no shields at all, and we're gonna grab another victory with our Shadow Zapdos. Into the next one now with the Pelipper, and of course we have to switch out of there because the other two Pokemon that I have are gonna do much more work against that Pelipper, and we like that a lot. So here comes the Weather Ball, we're gonna take it. Once again they throw the energy, then switch out to the Stunfisk, and now Aqua Tail is gonna go to town with that amazing pressure that it is gonna do. If you're wondering, shall I use a regular Drapion or a Shadow one? Well, the Shadow one, if you have that option, is gonna be a much better Pokemon overall, especially against some matchups, key matchups like Altaria, like Medicham. You can two-shot them down potentially with two crunches, while the regular one cannot do that, so that's why you need the Shadow Drapion over the regular for sure. So Ice Punch here able to get that shield out of the Trevenant, and now I can definitely go ahead and pressure a lot with those Drill Pecks against that Trevenant, and let's see how this trainer decides to play this, because I still have a shield up. We are gonna use it on the Shadow Ball effectively. Pelipper comes in, and now another Drill Peck is gonna connect to finish it off. This is gonna be a race to the charge attack because they have more than one Seed Bomb ready to go. They're getting super close, and as it seems, this is gonna be a CMP that is gonna grab for us a fantastic victory for this battle. That was pretty amazing, and the battle and the video, the battles and the video are not over yet because we have one more ready to go for the final battle, and this is gonna be pretty weird up on the lead up against that Swampert. However, I can always take that Swampert with my Drapion or the Medicham, since I do not like my odds up against the Drapion. Swampert may be the worst nightmare that Drapion might have, actually, that and Bastiodon. So Hydro Cannon here, I blocked the first one because they had a lot of energy. I did not want to get one-shotted down by an Earthquake, so that's why I blocked. Now they come in with the Wall Rain, and you know what, I'm just gonna let that go through. Down goes my Medicham, it has already done its job, and now Crunch can definitely pressure a lot this poor Wall Rain. Can they reach to an Earthquake? I lost the energy count here, but I think they cannot, so here comes the Icicle Spear, not gonna block anything, and at the back they have a Shadow, a Alolan Sandslash. What a crazy spicy Pokemon for the open meta, and we can definitely reach to the Thunderbolt before they reach to that double Ice Punch. Down they go, and we're gonna grab an amazing victory to close this fantastic video with Shadow Zapdos as our closer. Thank you for watching, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and if you want to support even more, well, joining as a member can always help with that matter. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers!